very comprehensive and detailed records to show how you can go with the business idea. Is it worth it venturing? How much the cost, especially the fixed and the variable cost that you need to pay? How much revenue or sales you manage to earn? And how much profits you are expecting from the business. Here, I will explain to you the basic financial plan that will help you to calculate and iterate yours. So, basic financial plan includes the following. The first is project implementation cost, followed by sources of fund to finance the project, the cash flow projection, the income statement projection, and the last but not least, balance sheet projection. So let's take a look at them one by one. Come on! The first is the project implementation cost. It is actually a detailed set of items that you need to record in order to calculate the whole total cost that you need to pay in order to implement your business idea. So the project implementation here, the example, if you want to manage a burger kiosk, the project implementation cost will be as follows. The first one, maybe you want to buy a burger kiosk for your business, so that is considered your asset. It is maybe you have to pay like 1,500 ringgit for the burger kiosk, and you need also to pay for the working capital for a week for salary and raw materials needed to make the burger. So the salary for your employee or for you yourself, let's say you are working like 5 days per week, let's say a day you will receive RM 100 ringgit, maybe for 50 ringgit for you and 50 ringgit for your assistant. So total you have to pay for a week is 500 ringgit. And the raw materials to make the burger, let's say for a day you need to produce like 100 burgers, so maybe the raw materials needed for a day is 150 ringgit. So 5 days you have to pay like 750 ringgit. And for the marketing purposes, you need to print pamphlets and brochures to tell people that you're selling the burgers. So maybe the total marketing cost is likely about 500 ringgit. So if we add all these figures, you will get the total project implementation cost like 3,250 ringgit. So this project implementation cost is the amount that you need to have in order to finance the project. So how you want to get this amount, from where you can get it? So we have to look at the second item, which is sources of funds to finance the project. Okay, in this slide there are two tables. The first one is project implementation cost at the left hand side, and the right hand side we have sources of fund. So the details here for project implementation cost, as I mentioned just now, the total is 3,250. So how you're going to finance this cost? Maybe you can have sources of fund from your own money and from loan that you obtain from any financial institutions or your family. Alright, let's say you want to buy the kiosk for the burger stall or the burger stall. So the cost is 1,500 ringgit. So maybe you can only afford to pay like 500 ringgit only. So you need to obtain for a loan, which is 1,000 ringgit to finance the 1,500. So maybe initial phase you need to pay the registration and other fees related to the business commencement. So you need to pay like 100 ringgit. So you put it here. You use your own money. Salary and wages for the first 5 days is 500 ringgit using your own money. Raw materials for the week production 750 ringgit. Marketing cost like 500 ringgit at first attempt to market the business. So you need to pay like 500 ringgit. So altogether you need to use your own money 2,250 ringgit, and the rest, which is 1,000, you obtain it from the loan. Okay, this is the project implementation cost and sources of funds that you need to ensure the total balance is equivalent. If not, you cannot proceed with the business idea if you don't have sufficient fund to finance the project. Alright, if you have bought any asset, fixed asset, so you need to do a depreciation calculation. So this depreciation table portray how the depreciation is counted using weekly basis, using the straight line methods. Okay, so here, every week you need to pay, you need to iterate the depreciation. Let's say the depreciation is 15 ringgit per week for that particular burger kiosk. So if you have a month, you have to depreciate the asset with the amount of 60 ringgit. The first week 15 ringgit, the second week 30 ringgit cumulative depreciation amount, the third week 45, and for the fourth week the asset is depreciated about 60 ringgit. So this is the cost that you have to bear. And then just now you have obtained the loan amount RM 1000 ringgit to finance the burger kiosk, to pay for the burger kiosk. So you need to calculate the payment of the loan. So it is called loan amortization table. Let's say you obtain 1k loan. So for the first week you need to pay the principal 250 ringgit with the interest 1% per week, which is 10 ringgit. So you have to total up the interest, start from first week until fourth week. You will have like 40 ringgit, the loan interest that you have to pay. And then the principal, if the first week you have paid 250, so the loan amount is the remaining balance is just 750 after you have deducted 1000 with 250. And then the second week the loan balance will reduce, keep on reducing from week to week. So in the end, the fourth week, no more remaining balance of the loan amount because you have paid all together the principal together with the interest for the whole fourth week. Alright, the cash flow projection is the very important income statement or cash flow statement that you have to prepare it carefully and accurately, because mostly the bankers, the financial institutions, and the investors, they will look at this cash flow projection because they want to ensure that you have sufficient cash flow and it keep on increasing in order for them to get convinced to give you a certain amount of money that you requested, you want to borrow. So the cash flow here, we can divide it into weekly basis. For the first week, second week, third week, and fourth week, the items here, the cash inflow, the money coming in into the account, the business, and the cash outflow, where the money goes out from the income from your account. And then we have cash balance, the balance that we have after we have deducted all the outflows. Alright, the balance carry forward, capital, loan, sales, and total inflow is under the cash inflow column, and assets, administrative costs, production costs, marketing costs, loan interest, loan principal, and total outflow under the cash outflow column. So you have cash balance here. Okay, for the first week, this is the total inflow 4750. You have to add all these items: capital, loan, sales. You don't have balance carry forward because you don't started your business yet. And then the asset, you have 1500, the burger kiosk, administrative costs, production costs, marketing costs that you pay, the loan interest, the principal of the loan, and then the total outflow is 3610. You have to deduct total inflow with the total outflow. So you will have cash balance 1140. This cash balance, every week you need to put it into balance carry forward column for the second week and the following weeks. So you use the same formula to iterate or to calculate the cash outflow and cash balance. So cash inflow, cash outflow, and cash balance. So you will get, after the fourth week, you will get like 1110, the cash balance in your bank account. Okay, after you have done with the cash flow projection, you need to create a projected income statement. The sales for a month for your burger is about 6,000k. Okay, 6,000 ringgit, 6k, and minus cost of goods. Okay, because the gross profit, the gross margin is about 50%, so the cost of good is 3,000, so you will get gross profit 3,000, and you have to deduct the 3,000 ringgit with the administrative costs, marketing costs, and interest, and also depreciation that you have. So total up after you have deducted 3,000 with all this amount, 2700, you will get the net profit about 300 ringgit. And then the balance sheet, it is the last income statement that you need to have. Okay, you have asset and liability columns here. You have to calculate the total asset, the cash minus the cash, and then assets minus the depreciation. So you have to ensure that it is equivalent with your liability, loan, honest equity, net profit you have gained. So altogether you have 2550. Okay, and the amount must be equivalent so that your business is balanced as the balance sheet shows. Alright, so in the end, your business plan must have conclusion. The conclusion must be brief, and then you need to convince the investors or the parties that you want to share the business with. So you need to convince them regarding your optimism, okay, regarding the business progress, and you cannot exaggerate the story. You need to be honest. So you have to leave the reader feeling positive after reading your business plan. So guys, happy preparing your business plan. Thank you for lending me your ears, and hopefully these videos regarding business plan will be fruitful for you and will help you to create your own convincing business plan for your own business. Alright, see you then guys. Take care. Assalamualaikum. Tata for now.